Hey everybody, how's it going? Dave Garrett here. Good evening. How are you? Hope you can hear me. I will get these on. Hi there. How are you? Hey, it's Wednesday, January 13th. Hello there, Lena. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Tristan, thank you for stopping by. Let me get my thing here plugged in. Let's see if everything. How are you? It's Wednesday, right before Powerball time here in the United States. So, you ready? You got your numbers? I got mine. Yeah, I bought into the hype. I don't know, why not? You never know. You never know. I could get hit by lightning or a bus or a meteorite all at the same time and it's still not have the odds that it takes. So that's crazy. But hey, anyway, we're talking about mediocrity. Um, Back to the beginning of all of this. I mentioned this in my the Daily Dave, and that's my daily podcast that I do there on my website at davegarrett.com. I had heard yesterday, late yesterday afternoon, I was looking at something and I came across something here in my local area about this band, this rock band that's been around for 20 years. And I know of this band, and I knew of this band back in the late 80s. So it's more like 30 years that they've been around. And it's like, wow, that's crazy. You see bands like up in music bands. You see them up and coming, and they all start off and they're playing these backyard venues and garages and the VFW hall or whatever, and that's cool, and that's cool. But they're still doing it after 20 something years. Is that cool? It's got to be. I mean, why not? It works for them. But, you start looking at this in another way in your own personal life, in business, in your professional life, and you look at this and you say, is that what I want? 20 years of doing the exact same thing? Because their music hasn't changed. And it got me really, really thinking. It got me into this thing about mediocrity and how easy we fall into it. It does. You stay stagnant just for 5 minutes, an hour, 5 hours a day, and boom, you're labeled. You become mediocre. You become average, and that's not a good thing. So what do? Well, you got to keep the wheels moving. And so kudos to this band for keeping the wheels moving for 20 something years. But is it a good thing that they've just basically have spun their wheels? They haven't grown. They haven't expanded their fan base outside of the local area. Most people have never heard of them. And those that have heard of them are like, wow, they're still together after all this time? You would think. And in the meantime, you've had these bands that have come up and have started off in garages and backyards and friends parties and stuff, and now they're filling stadiums. So what does that say? At what point did mediocrity creep in and say, hey, you know what? This is it. You're not going to go anywhere. Because everybody's given that opportunity. You just don't know when it is. But what happens when that moment arrives and you're not ready or you don't want to do it because, well, I got to pay the car bill, I got to pay the house bill, I got to pay the doctor bill. And that's fine. That's life. That's expected. That is anticipated. That's just the way it's supposed to be. But at some point, somebody's got to say, you know what? Let's try this. Let's do this. Let's go a different direction. And who knows? They could be filling up stadiums. You could be filling up stadiums. You could be, the top person in your industry. And what happens then? Because you decided to change, because you decided evolution was what was going to make it. You decided that moving forward and not looking back was the way to make things happen. You decided that, hey, I did that yesterday, I'm going to do it a little bit better tomorrow, and I'm going to do it a little bit better the day after that, and so on and so on. So long as you're still trying to be better, you're evolving, you're changing, and that's fine. But, and again, there's always a but. What about those individuals that refuse to accept change? What about those individuals that refuse to say, you know what, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone? Why? But you have no problem doing it, yet somebody else does. Well, you know what? That's our job to show them that we can step out of our comfort zone. It's our job to show them that, hey, we're in it for the long haul. Anyway, like I said, this is just going to be a quick scope. That's what the thing's all about. So listen, thank you for stopping by. Give us a little bit of love, I guess down here if you see it. I'm not too sure because it's over here for me, but if it's over there for you, a little bit of love. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for your time. Thank you if you're watching later. And I'm Dave Garrett. This is a Quick Scope. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you soon.